know if I'm live. I don't know if you can hear me. We'll find out here in a second. Customization, details. Huh. Can anybody hear me? I hope you can. We'll see what everybody says here. Oh, I'm in shop chat. That's why. All live messages. Yes, I can hear. All right. So, hey, I can actually see everybody's chats now. I am rusty as all out. Apparently don't remember how to do any of this. But, hey, it's great to be back. Thank you to everybody for your support. I guess the red light and the mute button doesn't mean mute. I don't know. I'm rusty. So, I'm actually not at home. That's part of the problem is I'm doing this on my laptop. I have a little Blue Yeti microphone. But it's great to be back. So what I think of USTV Go shutting down, I'm kind of surprised that it took so long to shut down. I just figured a long time ago they would have caught up to that. The Wi-Fi is actually very strong here. I'm in an Airbnb, so we're doing pretty well in an Airbnb here. Don't mind the mess behind me. I apologize. I should have probably moved all that. But it's very, very good to be here. It's great to be back. Dennis, hello from the Ukraine. I hope you're doing well there. Baltimore, Washington. What streaming box do I have hooked up to my TV here? I brought a Roku with me. Roku's kind of my travel, but I have them all. I have an Apple TV. I have Fire TVs, Google TVs with Chromecast, all that. Whatever happened to the other guy? So Philip and Jess both stayed with Fandom in the deal. When I bought the site, they let's be honest, Jess has a very good job running things, or her own little like department over sites at TV Guide, GameSpot, Metacritic, and stuff. They're working over there. Do I miss Texas? I do miss Texas a lot. The opportunity to move back by family in Michigan is great. I love being by family, but I definitely enjoyed living in Texas. Why did USTV Go shut down? I figure copyright owners finally caught up to them and put the squeeze on them and convince them to shut it down, or her, whoever may be running it. Welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Glad we figured this out, with all the issues here. But it's so great. I don't even have my XSplit chat here. We're just using the standard chat thing here. And I didn't even realize I was in top chat mode and not live chat. That's how rusty I am. I was missing everybody's comments. I couldn't see it. I guess once you return home, the live Q&As will emanate from my home office, just like I used to do back in the day. It's very, very good to be back. Yeah, the Core Cars News Tech Lab is up and running. I'm very excited about it. Really enjoying all that, being back and being active, doing YouTube videos. One of the things I think I missed most after selling the site was YouTube. I really missed doing the Core Cutting Today videos. It was probably one of my favorite things I do here, to be honest with everybody here. Hello, everybody. What made me buy back Core Cars News? I missed it. I really missed Core Cars News. I missed everybody here. the ability to chat with you like this. I love it. It's great fun. And I love being here. Why did I sell? Well, honestly, the offer was too good not to accept, to be honest with you. Plus, it was, I had been getting offers for a long time, and it was one offer that offered to hire all my staff. So everybody got jobs. They got often better paying jobs with benefits I didn't offer. So it was really cool for them to get that, something that I couldn't offer them, to be honest with you. Chris says, I haven't heard from you in a while. It's great. Yeah, I doing well. Since I sold the site, we had another child. He's going to bed right now. He's about 18, almost 18 months old now. So it's good to be back. Do I think Disney Plus will make an entire Doctor Who original show? I guess you're asking. Probably not. So they're getting access to Doctor Who, but the BBC still owns control of it. NYC is asking, will the Core Cards News podcast make a return? Possible. Need to find somebody to do it with. Basically, the Core Cards Days are kind of podcasts, especially if you're a YouTube Premium member. You can just listen to the audio in the car without the video running. Raymond, what app do you have? Because the Android and Fire TV app I confirmed are working. The iOS app, we're working. I hope the iOS app for Core Cards News will be back in the store by the end of this week. I'm still in the process of getting that transferred from the old owner to me. That should happen this week. We'll see how it all comes together. Why can't I record an OTA on a smart TV? Because they don't have a built-in DVR. You need to buy a DVR. It's separate hardware, a hard drive. TVs don't have that built in. Android app should be working. Raymond, uninstall the Android app, reinstall it. It is working. If yours is not, try uninstalling or reinstalling it. Will Jess and Belt make an appearance on Core Cards News? I sure hope so. Would not surprise me at all if we get them back at some time for a special guest appearance here. Maybe we could do an April Fool's and suddenly Jess will appear. Do you know when Disney Plus is going to bring over Hulu and put it all together? I still don't know if that's really going to happen anytime soon. For one, Hulu is partially owned still by NBC. Disney would have to buy them out, and that looks like that's going to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if it happens. I always thought for the longest time that Hulu would have more adult-oriented content, like Family Guy, Simpsons, and all that stuff. Disney Plus would be the family-friendly content. And that line has been blurred more, severely blurred, to the point where it's kind of no reason to have two different services at this point. So question for everybody here. Favorite legal live TV streaming services? YouTube TV, Sling TV, Fubo, Hulu with live TV, Philo, Friendly. The list goes on and on. What is your favorite live TV streaming service? What happened to US TV Go? Best I can tell is everybody out there, somebody found them, was putting a copyright case against them, and they decided it was worth it to drop it. So I'm seeing a lot of YouTube TV as people's favorite. Hulu's popping up in the list. What are other great live TV streaming services that are legal that you recommend? Tubi, YouTube TV, Roku channel. Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe next week. I think I'm going to do a question every week. I'll probably put it on the bottom, like right here. There'll be a little like question of the week for everybody to answer. Maybe someday we'll ask, like, what's everybody's favorite legal streaming service? Legal only, please. YouTube TV, Philo. What does everybody think about YouTube TV adding a bunch of channels? Not only did they get a bunch of Scripps channels, they renewed Court TV, and they have the option to add even more Scripps channels if they so choose. Scripps says, yeah, as part of this deal, you can. I'm sure there's a clause if they add them, there's an extra fee they have to pay Scripps. But for now, we'll see if they do that. Hey, what does everybody think? Bally Sports, which used to be Fox Regional Sports Network. Sinclair bought them. Now it is up for possible bankruptcy. Bloomberg reported today that the company is preparing to Bally Regional Sports and all the Scripps Sports Networks, which includes the Bally ones, are preparing to go into bankruptcy. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Well, let me know what you think of that. Does it surprise you? It does not surprise me at all that they are looking at that. Screenshot that. But yeah, it's great to see everybody here. It's like the old days. We'll definitely, I'm not going to probably do a full hour today. We'll probably do about half an hour Like I said, we're here in Florida on a family vacation. This is a vacation I had planned even before I knew there was even a possibility of buying back Cord Cutters news. So it's definitely been a little interesting. Bear with me. We're going to be down here for a while. So keep that in mind. However, if you don't like paying for locals, I recommend an antenna, Sling, and then maybe Sling TV or Philo or Friendly TV to fill in any gaps. But an antenna, honestly, is so amazing. I get 50 plus channels in my home with an antenna. I wonder what I would get down here in Florida. Are you guys going to Disneyland? Maybe someday. I haven't been to Disneyland in California since I was a kid. Am I going to go to Disney World? Yeah, I'm going to go to Disney World. So glad I'm back to John Smith. Thanks for the kind words. Thank you everybody for the kind words. The overwhelming support, I kind of wonder if anybody would care if I bought back the site, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely shocked at the overwhelming support and likes and everything. Long ways to go to get Core Cars News where I want it to be. We're still in the process of transferring ownership from the old owners to me. I still have a few things like the iOS app and stuff that we have to transfer ownership in and kind of get everything moved. So I'm very interested to see what happens next few weeks. We're going to slowly build up the site. Eventually, not now, we have to get some revenue coming. We got to make some money, folks. There's not a whole lot of money coming in. Ads are going to hopefully be on the site here maybe by the end of this week or early next week, and then different things. So appreciate everybody's support who comes to watch YouTube videos like this and don't use an ad blocker. It's really a big help. What channels will get the St. Louis Cardinals if Valley Sports goes bankrupt? Well, Valley Sports going bankrupt does not mean it's going to shut down. It just means it's going to restructure and maybe not pay partners. So they owe billions of dollars to sports like MLB, NBA, NHL. They owe them billions, and they don't have billions of dollars this year. So it's really good to have that. We miss Core Cutters when they stop producing content. Yeah, I understand. Just everybody got moved over to TV Guide, and the team was just too small. But I'm very thankful for the ability that this gave me to buy back Core Cars News. Very, very happy with it. What do I think of Verizon 5G? I am on Verizon 5G. Let's go see. Let's see here. Oh, I'm only on LTE where I am here. When I get 5G, I can get hundreds down. It's actually sometimes faster than my home internet hotel Wi-Fi. I'll often just jump on the 5G hotspot because it's far better. Very, very pleased with Verizon 5G. Do you think local BTV will make it? Yeah, because they're getting licensing for everything. A lot of people I saw in my story today about local BTV, which is a local TV streaming service. We're comparing it to Locast. The difference here is they're only streaming locals that they have rights to. Now they have some national feeds that they have rights to stream everywhere, and that's available everywhere. But they're only streaming locals in specific markets. Why is no one getting the Pac-12 conference? Pac-12 conference may not be around. Their rights are coming up, and there's talk that that the Pac-12 network may go to Amazon. Now that's just rumors, but that Amazon may be bidding for it. The Pac-12 network is definitely looking like it's struggling. It's never really been built well. It's never really been run well, in my personal opinion. Would not be surprised to see it in its current version shut down and either merge into like a Fox Sports, like the BTN network, or like the SEC network has done with the ESPN and be run by a different company rather than having the Pac-12 network run it. Thank you, everybody, for the very kind words out there for everything. That I'm back. I'm so happy to be back. I have missed this, and I know I haven't been doing it yet. The buying the site actually came really, really fast. And so I've been very busy trying to get everything moved over. We're still trying to do that. We got contracts, and the list goes on and on. It's crazy. Chris John, don't worry if you have to go. This will be available for replay later. I really do appreciate the kind words. What type of smartphone do I have? I have the Pixel 7. I'm very, very happy with the Pixel 7 Pro. The camera on it is absolutely stunning. I'll put the Pixel 7 camera up against any iPhone. And I don't care what people say. I know iPhone has a great camera. I really do think that the Pixel 7 is an excellent phone. I love the software. I love the built-in Google Assistant. I love how at the top of it, it will put a little message there and say, hey, your next calendar event. Or if I'm flying, it will tell me what gate to go to. It will tell me when the boarding starts. The Google Assistant in it, the camera in it, it's absolutely amazing. And the battery is really good. Farmer, Texas, 98. Wow, thank you so much for the 1999 super chat. Thank you. It's a really huge help. We really need all the help with the super chats we can get. Glad you're back, Luke. I watch your videos on my lunch break. Enjoy your family vacation. Don't work too hard. No, definitely. So we homeschool my daughter. We use an online program. So she does schoolwork in the morning. I work in the morning. And then about 2 o'clock, we head out. We go do fun stuff the rest of the day. So really, really enjoy it. Is Roku going to come out with a new stick? Very possible. I wouldn't expect it until maybe spring, probably fall this year. Do you think Pluto TV will add DVR? No, but Pluto TV does have on-demand. Most of the content that streams on their network does go into their on-demand. So if you like a show, you're just watching that 24-hour feed of it, go into the on-demand. 9 times out of 10, that content's there. I didn't know you sold the business in the first place. Can you give a brief of why you sold it in the first place and why you bought it back? Well, I sold it because, honestly, it was an offer that was too good to turn down, I should say. I was burnt out a little bit. I worked for 6 years without a day off. And this time, we're going to be much more conscious of not burning out this time. I would try to get some more help and do things. Where's my Core Cars News mug? It's back in Michigan. I should have brought it. I don't have it with me. But in the future, I'll have my Core Cars News mug. I still have it. But, yeah, so why did I buy back Core Cars News? That actually is a very kind of drawn-out thing. And for one point, I didn't think it was going to happen. But Fandom was very kind. They reached out. They said, hey, we heard you were interested in buying the site back. Obviously, I would have hated to see Core Cars News just shut down. I don't know if that would have happened if I didn't buy it back. But, we were able to work out a deal that I thought was favorable, that was worth it. And I have an opportunity to be back, and I absolutely am grateful for it. I'm grateful for Becca, too. Many of you may not know Becca, but she was the office manager / personal assistant kind of last time at Core Cars News. She did all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And she's back once again running the back end. She's our COO. She's doing all the business stuff, the affiliates, the ad revenues, the trying to sign the contracts with people for advertising deals and stuff. She does all that. It's huge help. I'm very, very thankful for her support. Is Jess going to stay around? Well, Jess is still around. Her and I are still very good friends, but she's staying with TV Guide. She's got a really good job with great benefits, a great pay I can't match. I don't know. I'm going to try to drag her into a little fun to be back here maybe every now and then. Luke, it's great to be back. Thank you, White Wolf. I know that NHL, MLB, and NBA are not buying Bally Sports, but what disadvantage of them buying Bally Sports do you think? I think it's just in their interest some days, and that Major League Baseball is talking about this. It's just not renewing their deals with regional sports networks, right? Just take it all back. And Major League Baseball actually hired a former cable executive to work on their in-market streaming. They want to offer in-market streaming with that. Do I want to keep Jess around? Yes, I would love Jess to be back here doing everything she is currently doing here. She's got a good job with benefits and stuff I can't offer. Who knows what the future holds, but I'm very happy for Jess. I hated, everything, but for Jess, this has worked out really well for her. She has a great job. And I'm very pleased and excited for the opportunities that this all has offered to her. So I wish her nothing but the best. Do I have full ownership of Core Cars News? Yes, I am the 100% sole owner of Core Cutters News. There's no partnerships. There's no investors. There's no nothing. I own it. How about podcasts with Jess and Philip? Oh, I would love that. Who knows? If Jess and Philip want to do a little pop in here someday, we would absolutely love that. Who knows what will happen? Thank you, Robert, so much. Will you have Core Cars News merchandise for sale that we can buy? Yes, it's on my to-do list. I still have the old press, or wherever store within our reach, and we'll probably bring that back live here someday, get it going again. Maybe get coffee mugs someday going again. I'll be honest with you. So there's so much happening behind the scenes. I know I'm getting news and affiliate posts and deal posts out there again, but there's so much to do behind the back of the scenes. We've not completed the transfer of ownership of all the little things out there that need to transfer from me to another, the trademark and all this kind of stuff. So definitely so much happening out there. Robert, you still have a Core Cars News mug? Who here has a Core Cars News mug? I have one in Michigan. I didn't pack it with me. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have that. Dave O asked, what's the best for PBS? The stations are too far away from my antenna. Well, you could get it through the PBS app, and the Local Now app at the end of this year will be streaming PBS stations for free. Jayhawk KC says they want to get a mug. I'll have to order some mugs. I'll try to put that in when I get back home. Maybe in March we'll get around to that. There's so many things to do out there. But yeah, I have to look at what the pricing is now. We used to sell them for about $10 and then plus a $5 shipping and handling. I don't know if we can still do that price with inflation, but I never made really big profit off those. It was just more about a thing to send them out. So maybe we'll do that again. Do I think fast services are the new cable like it was in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s? Well, for one, I hate the name fast. They're free ad-supported services. I think you and I know what fast is. I think the average person, when they hear about fast, don't know what that means. So I think it would be really cool if we could find a better name for it than fast. Because when I hear fast services, I don't think a free ad-supported service. I don't think most Americans do. I think they are the future. I have long said that Pluto TV, Crackle, Tubi, the Roku channel, Freevee, the Local Now, the list goes on and on and on. And Fossum, and people are going to message me like, how come you didn't mention my service? And I apologize if I didn't. But I think they're awesome. And the reality is most cord cutters in our survey once again shows that 3 to 4 streaming services are what they pay for. And then they fill in with free services. And honestly, it's awesome. And I think it's underappreciated. And more people should be using services like Pluto TV, Crackle, Tubi, YouTube. Zumo TV is another one. YouTube's got content. There's so much great content. If you're not using them, you're just missing out. I was watching the 24/7 Price is Right Bob Barker years, not earlier. I think it was the Roku channel or something. It was just kind of working, wanted something in the background, and it was so much fun to have that. So it definitely was fun. John says Boston, Massachusetts will get its first next-gen TV 3.0 broadcast tomorrow, 9 a.m. rescan. Awesome. Yeah, next-gen TVs are awesome. Got to get more devices out there to support it, but I definitely absolutely love the content that's available. I get 50 channels now with my 1.0. I was waiting for the Tableau DVR. Hopefully they still get that out soon, but I'm going to have to get a 3.0 tuner. I think there's like 60 plus channels. I don't think broadcasters are fully taking advantage of it yet because they still have to support the 1.0 for 5 more years. Once 1.0 is no longer supported, they can really take advantage of the bandwidth to do things like roll out a whole lot more channels. So, let's answer this again. I'm going to do this for about 10 or so more minutes. I got to get going. We got a busy day tomorrow. We got a lot to do here. Literally just got back from being out with family, ran inside, grabbed my laptop. My wife's putting the kids to bed, and I'm doing this. So about 10 more minutes. We'll see for questions. But what's your favorite live TV streaming service? Do you use YouTube TV, Hulu, Sling, Fubo, Philo, Friendly? There's so many out there. What legal live TV streaming services do you use? NYC, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. It's a huge help right now as we struggle to get revenue going. Would you like to see a podcast collab with the What's on Disney podcast down the road? Absolutely love that. Love the guys of What's on Disney. I love the guys on the Netflix one. I really enjoy it. I know in the past we've done things with like Elias from AFTV News and the Streaming Advisor. And yeah, there's so many great people out there in the world of cord cutting. I wish them all the best. And I enjoy it. So hopefully we can keep doing it. Somebody's asking out on Dino Furry. 35, I hope I'm saying that right, asking why did you lose his antenna signal? Often that happens because the cable on the antenna or on your TV came loose. Check to make sure it's fully firmly connected and then rescan your channels. A lot of YouTube TV people, a lot of Hulu recommendations, Philo I'm seeing a lot of, and more. Red Frank there says he has the Fire TV Cube and loves it. What devices do I use? I have all the devices. And I actually bought all the current Fire TVs, all the current Rokus, and more when I got this job. When I get back home, I'll finish doing reviews for them. But I love them all. I do travel with my Roku. I find that's one of the best for traveling. It's very easy to use it on the road. It's good at hotel mode and all that. But at home, I have Roku TVs. I have Fire TVs. I have Google Chromecast. Chromecast with Google TV, which is a horrible name. They need to come up with a better name for that and more. So I have it all. I think they're all. I have an Apple TV also and a bunch of other miscellaneous streamers. So when I sold Core Cars News, I actually didn't sell the company. I just sold specific assets. So I still have all the same streaming players, all those things I used to have in the review lab. I have them. I didn't keep all the boxes of different things. Wish I had. But I still have the streaming players. I have the computers. When I do the Core today at home, I'm standing in front of the same TV, in front of the same camera, with the same lights, and a whole lot more. So I still have all that stuff. Clint, thank you so much for that $10 super chat. Huge help. I really do appreciate it. Will I be going to CES 2024? So funny story about that. I actually thought the Core Cars News deal would close a couple weeks earlier. I had actually reserved a hotel room, bought flights, and got a press pass to go to CES this year. Unfortunately, we had to push back closing. Out of our control on both ends. Just getting everything prepared to actually close took the time. Lawyers take forever when you have to get them to read contracts, even when they're really fast. It's just back and forth stuff. But I was actually meaning to go this year. I wish I had, because it would have made a lot easier. I'll have to go next year. I will definitely be there. Very, very excited. It would be like my 6th or so year at CES, something like that. Luke, if the WB has stayed around, do you think they'll have changed to be being apps like the CWC? Well, the WB is basically the CW. It's just the merge of UPN and WB. Yeah, they'll probably be doing the same thing, or let's be honest, WB would have folded. We'll see. White Wolf says, I hope somebody buys Bally Sports. Wish Fox would buy it back. I don't think Fox is going to buy them back. I think artisans are a dead breed. With Major League Baseball, NHL, and more talking about going direct to consumers. It's just the reality of it. VidGo, there's another one. William, yes, that's a great service. And one of the owners behind it is absolutely great guy. He's a great friend of Core Cars News and myself. So check out VidGo. I have a full review in the works of VidGo coming out. Chris Hooker, thank you so much for that $10. I really do appreciate those super chats. They really do help us. So let's talk about Bally Sports. It's reportedly preparing for bankruptcy. I don't think it's actually going to go and shut down. This is not a Chapter 7. This is a Chapter 11 reportedly, which means they just want to restructure their debt, cut back on how much debt they have, and honestly cut back on how much they have to pay people out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. But I don't think Bally Sports is going to shut down. They just can't afford the high costs that they have. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, Kids WB. I would love that. Who here remembers the daytime Tsunamis, the Disney afternoons, the Fox Kids Block, or whatever they used to call it, Kids Box, whatever. Who remembers those classic 90s and 80s shows? The Disney afternoons one that I'll probably always remember. DuckTales, Tailspin, all that stuff. Darkwing Duck, probably my favorite. I remember that being on 7 a.m. Out there. What happened to Philip and Jess? Jess and Philip stayed with fandom. I wish them the absolute best. They have very good jobs with very good benefits over there. I think Philip's over at GameSpot, and Jess is running things at TV Guide and probably everything over there. Jess has got a very nice promotion. She's doing very good for herself. I wish her nothing but the best. Yeah. The old Nickelodeons, Fox Kids, ABC one Saturday morning. There's one I almost forgot. Definitely. G4 should be coming over their network. G4, unfortunately, is shut down. I was very excited to see G4 coming back. I was a huge fan of G4 back in the days. I loved it back in the 2000s and so forth. X-Play and all that. I could not tell you right off the bat, I knew it wasn't going to make it. The whole strategy of making it a cable network first and a streaming network second was doomed. The overhaul expenses, that studio they had was like $10 million. I don't know. It was millions and millions of dollars they spent in studio. And then they paid talent crazy amount of money. And it was just all done wrong. I would have loved, Comcast, if you want to do G4 again, call me. I will run G4 for a fraction of what you ran it last time. I will make it profitable. And I will do it as a online only business. What should have been from the beginning. They kept moving strategy around. Okay, G4 ran. It wasn't just the executives. Everything about it was wrong. Too many people, too many creatives, too many behind the scenes for a startup. They should have ran it like it was a startup, like I am. Very small staff, and then as you get money, you build. And that means you can't do everything you want at the beginning. They wanted to do everything day one, and it didn't work. There was mistakes in talent that made on the camera, but I think ultimately it was also a lot of behind the scenes, the executives and more spending too much money, to be honest with you, too fast. I don't know. I would have loved to run G4. Comcast, call me. We can run it. I will make it profitable. I will run it like a startup. I'll run it like a guerrilla startup operation. We'll make it work. Tech TV. Yeah, I know Leo Laporte, huge respect for him over at Twit, is doing kind of tech TV. I know for the modern age. I don't think tech TV will survive in today's world as a cable network. Again, though, a tech TV brand online, like a Twit brand, mixed in with like a news website, probably would have been still very successful. Icons is great. Love that show. The screensaver is great. Okay, here's a screensavers cutback. Kevin Pereira and Alex Albrecht version of the screensavers didn't last very long, but I loved it. I really wish that mix lasted, but we ended up getting Dig Nation out of that. I'd love to see Dig Nation do a comeback. I know they talked about it from time to time. Call for help was great. This is kind of a call for help for the kind of current days. You ask a question, then I answer it. So it's absolutely great to be doing that kind of stuff. Remember watching G4 in the 2000s? Good times. Yeah, definitely good times. Absolutely love that. Dig Nation, absolutely love that too with it. Boomerang Cartoon Channel was absolutely amazing. Icons is an old TV show that would dive deep into the world of video games and talk about a franchise or a developer or all kinds of stuff. ZDTV. Oh, yeah, there's a deep dive. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I have huge respect for everybody at the original G4. I know I talked about how there was mistakes on the talent side. There was mistakes on the leadership side. The original G4, the original show and cast with huge respect, but the new show and cast, huge respect. Show and cast with huge respect, but the new show and cast, huge respects. I thought they put an excellent product out. There was just too much working against it for it to become successful. I think one of the biggest mistakes they did is they put the high quality content behind the paywall of live TV, where that high quality content should have been streaming online. And spending so much money to pay YouTubers to put their content on TV, I just don't get it. So yeah, so again, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I could have run G4 way better. I think I could have made it profitable. Any thoughts on Verizon Home Wireless? I absolutely love the concept, Verizon and T-Mobile. I'm actually going to try to see, once everything gets set up, about getting my hands on it and doing a full review. But I love it. I love the competition. SpaceX have been very, very pleased with their Starlink internet. That's very good internet. I agree. G4 should have been streaming. Are you going to do the Q&A every Wednesday? I do intend to eventually get into every Wednesday. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do every Wednesday through February because I got traveling and other stuff happening. But yeah, We'll definitely see. What names did I consider before cord cutters? Honestly, I didn't. There wasn't a whole lot into it. I never thought cord cutters news would come into it like this. I just thought we're cord cutters, we're news. Probably should have just bought like cord cutting news or something like that. But cord cutters news is something I was actually able to trademark, which is beneficial. Any additional plans to hire additional staff like writers? Yes. Eventually, I would love to. Got to get some revenue. When I bought the site, none of the revenue generating income sources transferred. So we're having to strike new deals for affiliate programs. Advertising, my web guy is working with me today to get that going. I got some ad code. I hope by the end of the week we'll have ads on the site, if not early next week. Kevin, Roku Rocks here. Hello, Kevin. Thanks for being here. New and upcoming Chromecast. Any idea what the specs are? I expect it just to be slightly more powerful. The current version of it is fine, but it's definitely slightly underpowered compared to other streaming players. The Chromecast with Google TV, I suspect it will have a little bit better Wi-Fi antenna, a little bit better processor, maybe just a little improvements like that. Maybe not all of them. It could just have a little bit more processing, a little bit more memory, and that'd be it. Could have maybe just a little bit better Wi-Fi, and that'd be it. But we'll have to wait and see. What's my thoughts on Sunday Ticket going to YouTube TV? Love that idea. YouTube TV out there is a awesome way to watch content. I love the fact that you're not going to be stuck in a long-term contract if you want to get the NFL Sunday Ticket. We'll definitely see what happens. Oh, you found me through Resort TV One. I love that. Yeah, so we had an advertising deal right before I sold. Actually, that deal ran out after I sold the company. But I love them over at Resort TV One. Whenever I'm in the parks, I keep trying to run into them. Someday I'll run into them and be like, hey, I used to sponsor you guys. Huge respect for Resort TV One. What's your profession before starting Core Cars News? I was in sales. I did sales for a living. And even sold at one point copiers and printers for Ricoh. And then later I ran my own business selling electronics and stuff on eBay and Amazon and flea markets, and then grew into a hobby of Core Cars News. Core Cars News was a hobby. My wife and I needed to save money. We canceled the cable. I started reaching out there and writing on different forums about cord cutting, and then I said, hey, maybe I'll start my own website. It seems to have worked out pretty well. I should get an Under Armour deal. Probably should. See if Under Armour, you want to sponsor us? I'd love to do that. Core Cars News, order the studio. Yeah, I'm glad that Core Cars News is back too. We're going to be, my goal is once again to be just like we were before, one of the leading options for covering all things cord cutting to help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the show. Am I a Disney adult? Yes, I absolutely love going to Disney. If it wasn't for family being in Michigan, living down in Orlando wouldn't be fine. No income tax, which would be awesome. But yeah, I love just going to the parks, just walking around, jumping on a few rides, eating the food, even though it's really expensive now. But it's just fun to go out there and recharge the batteries. I'm glad you noticed a big improvement since I bought back the site. I'm thankful that all of you hung around and are coming back now that we're doing it. I have very big plans. It's going to take time. I build Core Cars News one step at a time very carefully. And I intend to grow Core Cars News once again, step by step. And I intend to make it better than it used to be. That's my ultimate goal. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next week. But step by step, day by day, I will make Core Cars News a far better option. But yeah, so we are going to continue to grow it and more. About 5 more minutes. I have to get going. I'm sure my wife is probably... I'm in the bedroom here at the Airbnb. I'm sure she's like, as you can see, I forgot to clean off the bed. My wife's Disney ears and stuff over here. But I'm very glad to be back. I'm very glad to have the support of Jess and Philip, and all of them were huge in the transition period. And Becca to be back on board. Huge plans. Thank you, Roman. I miss everybody here. Well, thank you for coming back. See people saying they came back when they saw us here. Other Sunday ticket packages cost as much as it did with... Excuse me. See, when you talk this much for now almost 40 minutes, it can really, it just kind of eats away at it. But it's very good to be here. I don't know what the pricing of the new NFL Sunday ticket. We're going to have to wait and see. No one knows. It's all guessing. We'll probably find out this summer. Is my family fully supportive? Yes. Definitely was a family decision. Actually worked out really well. My wife retired from the Army on January 1st of this year, and now I just slip right back in and get back working full time. Yeah, I suspect that a lot of shows are going to end. If nothing more than new shows are cheaper than old shows often. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Will anyone other than DirecTV Stream get the Yes Network? Probably. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's wrap this up. I do want to say thank you to everybody for your support. I really, really appreciate everybody's support over the years. I appreciate everybody's kindness, support of Jess and Philip and Tamara and everybody who ran in my interim. I'm excited to be back. We have big plans here. We intend to grow and develop this and see what happens. So thank you to everybody for your support. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Keep an eye on the chat. I don't know about next week, Wednesday. I don't know what week to week. I'm hoping into February, March to get into the every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to be back here doing this. Kind of have to finish the transfer of the website. Like I said, not everything's even fully been transferred in my name. We have a schedule. That's kind of normal after a sale. I have all the key things like the YouTube channel is fully in my control now, for example. But we have big plans, big steps, but we're going to baby step it. We'll build this company the right way like I did the first time, and that means baby steps. So until next time, keep an eye on our YouTube and Twitter account. If you just follow me on YouTube and Facebook for updates, if you just follow me on YouTube, though, go over to corecarsnews.com. Follow me over there. So much news happening. So until next time, take care, be safe, have a great night. Sorry for the abbreviated Q&A. We'll be back next week, hopefully next week, if not real soon. Until then, see you tomorrow for the cord cutting today. I'll post that early tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody.